So this is Jenny's tale. Okay, this is Jenny's tale first. All right, my friends, let's dive in.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before. She wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain. He'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware, maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance to the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Up or go Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete, and he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
Wow. Okay, so that's. So, wow. All right, out the gate. So that was Jenny's tale to start the trilogy of Jenny and Screech. Jesus Christ. All right. First off, super. All right, I don't like Screech. I guess out the gate. I guess that's pretty obvious that is an abusive, very abusive partner. My impressions of Jenny through the song and the story is, to be honest, it's a story I've heard, and not in this exact like way or, but like growing up in Baltimore, like this is not a kind of an uncommon story that I've heard through like family and others growing up of, seemingly nice girl, but, just never, I guess life was never really favorable to, like never did anything wrong, but just never had much, didn't grow up in a good household, never really was able to get a good education, so never could get a high paying job. And so kind of the cycle just kind of keeps you in a perpetual state of poverty. Um, but otherwise, they're like this sparkling, glowy, uplifting personality until they get, some negative, abusive person in their life, like Screech, who kind of take advantage of that uh, vulnerability, that lightness in their soul, and just do horrible things to them. Uh, and it's kind of on, well, it's on both. It's on the abuser to stop abusing, but it's also on the victim to hopefully find whatever strength they can muster to try and get themselves out of that situation. But again, I've seen where like life just doesn't always go that way. Sometimes you do try to leave, but you can't because of finances, or you have children with that person, or what have you. Anything could keep you in a situation longer than you need to be. And it's heartbreaking. Like, at the end of the day, it's just heartbreaking because it's like you feel stuck. If you're in, like, on the outside looking in, you feel stuck because you can't even help. And wow, yeah, sorry, a tangent, but that's kind of my impressions of Jenny, and at least this first part of their collective story is that it's just a tragedy all around for everyone involved. I haven't heard Screech's part yet, but I can only imagine what led him to treating Jenny the way that is alluded to in Jenny's tale. Because you don't just get that way out of nowhere. You something happens, something becomes, you become that thing through time and experience. So yeah, so with that, let's I guess jump into Screech's tale and see kind of what got him to be where he's at. Um, let me double check chat. Oh, am I foreshadowing? I feel like I'm foreshadowing. Yes. These are just the context clues that I'm picking up, at least. So yeah, let's jump into Screech and see if I'm right. Let's see. Well, I thought it would play. Okay, there it goes. God, his guitar is just, jeez, so skilled.
Our story, it starts right at the end of the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away. Hey, babe, you in? Now, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes!
Okay, calm that down.
Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6 foot 3, working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
Yo, that's so creative. I love that. Oh, that was cool.
Story
That's a cool shot.
Ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. So I thought there was more to the video. I didn't want to cut it off too early. Let me switch back here. Okay, so first off, I am okay. Let me collect my thoughts. First off, cinematography wise, let me give credit to where's credit's due. Both I didn't even get to say for Jenny's Tale and Screech's Tale. I am really loving the setting that they're using for their videos. I'm also loving the kind of like I like that it's not filmed in like HD or high definition. I kind of like that the image is a little gritty, a little muted, it feels it I feel like I'm really there. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm the choices that they made with their shot composition and color grading and everything were really beautiful choices, really intentional choices. And I like that I feel like I am in this alleyway and also in the other alleyway with Jenny's Tale with Ren right now as I'm being told this story. Like, I can feel like if I were to look right next to me, I would see the bodies that he is so accurately describing. Like, that's how immersive the imagery that they are creating with their cinematography here. So I wanted to say that piece that's been bouncing in my brain. So the context, Screech's Tale. Jeez Louise, man, this guy, again, I feel like is someone I know or have seen or like trying to collect my thoughts in a way that's like concise and makes sense instead of just rambling. But I know a lot of, sadly, I feel weird saying I know a lot of people like this. And I'm not even going to just say men. I know a lot of women who are like this too. They're so it's a big reason of why I can't go back to Baltimore. Legitimately, I have abusers that I am avoiding that are still there who act like this, who have just this deep-seated, deep-rooted anger and hatred for the world. And they just lash out at any and everyone without any concept of power dynamics, consequences, legitimate life-threatening behaviors. Like, dude, you are a person of color and you are actively arguing with a cop. I'm sorry, like, you can't be that ignorant to not know that that guy would immediately shoot you down with no remorse and say it's your fault. Act like you want to walk out of this situation alive. There are just people who just don't have that awareness, that self-awareness. And so they not only get others around them in trouble, they get themselves in trouble. And instead of self-reflecting about, my own anger or my own contribution to the problem, it's just everybody else. It's everybody else's issue. They're the problem, not me. And so they're always on the defensive. They're always on the attack because everybody and their mama is out to get them. And I can't be around that. I can't do that toxicity. I can't endanger myself like that. I can't do it. So if I were Jenny, I would have ran for the hills. Because otherwise I would have ended up right just like her if I oh goodness. Try not to be super triggered because I want to keep this going. But you know what? It's actually, I feel like this is a really good dialogue actually. It's not actually like emotionally triggering me, but it is, I feel like it's a good cathartic way to like talk it out. But yeah, I recognize that anger, that lashing out in Screech from Screech's tale, very much in my own life and upbringing, and it is not, that is not an energy I want in my life. It's not an energy I want to be around. But also, self-reflective is also an energy that I don't want to internalize for myself and exhibit for myself. Because I notice that when I get triggered, I don't get violent, fortunately, but I do get aggressive. I do get maybe I do get violent with my words. I give people a tongue lashing if I'm triggered and upset and feel unsafe in a situation. And I don't like that in myself. And that's something that I'm actively working on in therapy to try and overcome and find better communication styles. Because I see where it goes, like with Screech and others that I've encountered in the past, that if you let it fester, if you keep on letting your responses just be aggression, you're gonna hurt yourself and others, man, in ways that you can't come back from. So yeah, I see Screech's tale as a cautionary tale. If you see even a snippet of this type of feeling in yourself, man, again, make peace with it, but also identify where it's coming from, and figure out healthier ways to still express yourself, but not hurting yourself and others. Like, dude, you didn't have to get shot by that cop. You didn't have to kill Jenny. You didn't have to have all of these things be this night didn't have to end the way it ended for you, my boy. Like, you could have did so many other things. But again, you got to have the resources. You got to have the awareness, the cognition to even be able to to begin that journey, and not everybody got it. Not everybody got it. So yeah, sorry. I had to come out of that hyper focus for a second, but that was so that was the Screech's Tale. Screech's Tale. And so I believe we are doing Violet's Tale next. Let's see, where's my list with all my special links, so I can have Violet's Tale go next. All right, exit full screen. All right, and then I'll check in with chat and see how chat's doing. So there it is. Okay. Violet's Tale next. Get that queued up. And then we'll check in with chat, see how chat's doing. Okay. I quoted his speech? Oh, jeez. Man, okay, I got it. I feel like this is kind of like, feels like a divine meeting of well, I guess I haven't met the musician, but through you all, the renegades, I feel like I'm getting to meet him. So I quoted his million subscribers speech almost verbatim. Okay, that could go with that could also be at the let me write that down. His million subscriber speech, maybe at the end after the sick boy visualizer. Maybe that can kind of be a nice like finale. Listening to Ren's million subscriber speech. So his million sub speech. Yep, got my pen and paper. old fashioned, making notes. But okay. So, and still gotta remember Money Game. There's a third part to that. So I don't want to forget that when we get to it. Okay, so do I have Violet's Tale next? Okay. Alright, is that queued up? Yes. Okay, let's dive in to Violet's Tale. Sorry, I didn't mean to pause. I haven't paused the other ones, but I did want to just mention that little guitar riff. I see why you guys are saying he's got like a bardic era. Like that short little riff right there told me everything I needed to told me everything I needed to know. I'm like, oh, he's a bard. Like, oh, that's a bard riff. I know that riff. I know that riff anywhere. But okay, I'll get back in. I'll immerse.
London city, far from pretty, too 005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstained sheets. Our lady weeps, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale. Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet, she fell fast. See, Stevie was a wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tie, but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance. Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood's black bone, crack, knick, knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw and the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait. Say something, Violet.
She won't
Not
say
one
nothing
word.
now.
She stays quiet. London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins aligned side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
What? Get out! No! What? No. Hey, whoa. Hey, whoa. Hey, we want. Holy plot twist, Batman. We're going in deep with this one. All right. Let me Let me take this in. Hang on. Hang on. I didn't even fucking think that Jenny and Screech could be siblings. Sorry, Jesus. Okay. I didn't think I was gonna cry. Damn it. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Whew. All right. Let me process this. Um, Damn, I've got so many thoughts. I can't even organize them all. Um, God. Okay, yeah. The cycle of abuse is very real. Generational trauma is very real. I feel like those words get kind of overused so much in media nowadays, but because it's true, it's because it exists and it's real and it's a problem and it's a real. God damn, I just feel like so many lives needlessly lost. So many lives needlessly lost for this for yeah, it doesn't it you God. Yeah, just wow. I can't man. Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay, I'll open up a little bit. So this particular one, Violet's Tale, hit me the hardest. Um, and I'll be honest, because it's narratively probably the closest to my own story and my own upbringing. And yeah, I grew up in a house with I was the only girl in a house of all boys. I'm one of four, so I have three brothers. Um, let's just say I learned to fight at a very early age at home. I learned to fight at a very early age. I learned to defend myself against men at a very early age, physically. Because otherwise, damn. All right, yeah. So yeah, yeah, I'm kind of I guess, putting myself inadvertently in Jenny's shoes. I didn't realize during Jenny's tale, I thought Screech was more of a romantic partner that she just kind of unfortunately fell in with. But a lot of times the abuser's in your own goddamn family. It's your own goddamn blood. I ain't even have to get out into the world to know what violence was. And that's ridiculous. And it makes me angry, to be honest. It pisses me off. At least now, before it made me very, very sad through therapy. Now I'm just pissed. I'm just angry, and hopefully soon through that I'll just get healing. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that type of behavior, that type of upbringing, that type of family life. That's not right for anyone to experience. And but hurt people. So unfortunately, you get born or brought up into a household with unresolved traumas, unresolved abuse, or continuing abuse, and you're going to pick up on that. You're going to inherit that in a way, unless you reject the inheritance and say, nah, I want something different. I want something better for myself in the next generation going forward. I don't want to keep in this pattern. It's not, the cycle ends with me, and that takes a lot, and it is not an easy task to do, to break cycles. It is as someone who's actively doing it, it's honestly, I consider it my life's work. I consider it my life's purpose is to break the cycles I came from. I don't want that to continue, and I don't want that to be the norm, the legacy that I want to continue for myself and my family going forward. So I also feel it's very telling hearing Violet's tale, knowing that she is now the mother of Jenny and Screech, and hearing what led to Jenny and Screech's downfall themselves. And it's sad. It's horrible. It's, god damn it, people, just please just help yourself. I don't know how else to say this. Like, just please don't. If you do it for nothing else, do it to heal yourself. If you do it for nothing else, for nobody else, do it for yourself, just so you don't have to keep suffering. And the positive effects will flow out towards everybody else in your life. But do it for you first, please. If nothing else, just get your anger controlled for you. You don't have to do it to be a better dad, better husband, better mom, better partner, whatever. Just do it for you first. Everything else will come after. God. Beautiful storytelling, Ren, because I am I am emotional. I felt that. That was damn, it's like really just sitting here and making me think. Like, that's the thing. I love art that just does this. That just has me sitting here and reflecting and thinking and remembering why I don't want to go back to this, why I don't want to be back in that energy. Goodness, that's a and it helps remind me of why I'm continuing this mental health journey. This is why I'm in therapy. This is why I will stay in therapy even when it's hard, even when I don't feel like it. Because I have a lot of days I'm just like, man, I just want to take a nap. I don't really want to sit and talk about my feelings for an hour. I don't want to do it. But I push myself anyway, and I'm always better for it after the fact. I'm always healthier for it after the fact. So yeah, so thank you, Ren. If this ever comes your way, thank you for this tale, because It reminds me of what I don't want to keep repeating. I don't want this cycle of violence to continue in my life and my family. Uh, if I ever do become fortunate enough to become a parent, I hope my children never know what this is. I hope my children never know what violence is on their own person. I hope it's just something they see in movies and television. Oh lordy. So that was a tale.